Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Tuesday. It's Daryl here. It is 3:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast, bright and early. Not so bright, but very early. All right, let me get right into it. I want to talk about what Donald Trump has been talking about in the last couple days. You could tell, I thought about this too, you could tell a Trump supporter from a non-Trump supporter right off the bat, because Trump supporters call him President Trump, President Donald Trump, and people like me call him Trump or Donnie. And I try to refrain from nicknames because I truly believe nicknames on either side are juvenile and pointless, and they get on my nerves. But anyway, all right, let's talk about what he's talking about. All right. First thing I want to mention is Donald Trump is now talking about how Joe Biden is working for people in dark shadows. Yeah, he said this. He said that one of the people going to the RNC, the Republican National Convention, was on a plane, and he reported that he saw dozens of people in black uniforms with various, these are Donald Trump's words now, with various instruments and whatnot in black uniforms on this public flight headed, and supposedly how this person, where these people went, I don't know, but these people were working for a shadow, in the shadows for Joe Biden. It's some kind of conspiracy. He really said this. Our president really said this, that Joe Biden's working for people in dark shadows. Yeah. I can't even tell you guys this story without just disbelief. All right, enough of that. I want to talk about him going to Kenosha today. Now, he's not going to sit down with the parents of Jacob Blake. Let me remind the people that disagree with me or Trump supporters or whatever, that the parents of Jacob Blake did nothing wrong. They are law-abiding Americans just like me and just like you. Whatever your opinion of Jacob Blake, his parents did nothing wrong. They've seen their son on TV get shot 7 times over and over and over. Their son paralyzed in the hospital right now. They did nothing. They're just the parents. They're parents of a child who was shot 7 times. Is he going to sit down with them? No. No plans to sit down with them. He's going to sit down with the people that shot him and tell them what a great job they're doing. Those police that drove right by the person who actually took the lives, the 17-year-old, the police that drove by, he's going to sit down with those police today. And now, this is a quote. He was asked if does he think going to Kenosha is a good idea? And he said he thinks it's a good idea. He thinks it's going to restore respect and enthusiasm for the country. That's his quote. That right there tells you that he is president. He is concerned with only getting the vote of his base. Not even concerned with the actual health or welfare of the base, but just getting their vote. The enthusiasm to vote for him, for America. Does he really think that it's going to affect me or people like me or people that are protesting, people that see what's going on in this country? Does he really think that it's going to make us get enthusiasm for this country, and respect for the law enforcement and law and order and everything, and all of a sudden we're just going to do a 180 and see the light? No, he doesn't think that, and he doesn't care. He doesn't care about over half this country. He knows we're not going to vote for him, and he's written us off, and he considers us, most of us, his enemy. All right. So he's not going to sit down with the parents of Jacob Blake. Now let's think about that. Who has he sat down with, though, in the past? Kim Jong-il, one of his best BFFs. Donald Trump's BFF. Kim Jong-il. Remember Donald Trump talking about that beautiful letter that Kim Jong-il wrote him? That's a quote. Kim Jong-il sent me a beautiful letter. Do you remember him saluting the general, all nervous? Went to shake his hand and salute. Remember that? That ridiculous display, that embarrassing display for every American. Remember that? he was willing to salute a North Korean general and shake the hand of a North Korean general, a man that was more than likely in the Korean conflict, that more than likely shot at our soldiers. And he was more than happy to shake that general's hand and salute him. But he won't sit down with the parents of Jacob Blake. No, sir. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? Yeah, it pisses me off, man. All right, so that's what's going on. I want to talk about one more thing. John Ratcliffe. I talked about John Ratcliffe, national security, the head of Trump's national security, that he's no longer giving in-person reports to Congress. I talked about that a couple of videos ago. Because people will use it for political purposes. And there's leaks. What does that mean? That means that the reports of Russia or China screwing around on Facebook, trying to inflame tensions between me and Trump supporters and everybody, trying to rile the pot, which it's proven. Republicans agree with this. That's why John Ratcliffe isn't going to do these in-person reports to Congress, because it'll get out to the public. He doesn't want the public to know about Russia or China interfering in our elections, because it'll look bad for Donald Trump. There's no other way to put it. That's what he said. He doesn't want us to know about foreign countries interfering with our elections, our electing, our votes. That's where we're at. And not only that, in the last 3 days now, William Barr, Trump's attorney general, fired the branch of the Justice Department that deals with overseeing counterterrorism and counterintelligence over elections security. He fired him now with no explanation. This was just yesterday or the day before, after John Ratcliffe said. Now, this is two people in the last 3 days that have said they're not going to tell us about Russia meddling in our security, and William Barr fired the person that oversees and looks out for people, for other countries meddling in our elections. That's where we're at right now. Election security from other countries like Russia apparently doesn't matter. But something that is completely disproven, like mail-in voting, well, that's going to result in millions and millions of fake votes. That's where we're at in this country right now. All right, there's one last story I want to talk about. A 7-year-old boy, you're going to have to forgive me. I'm going to put the link below. There was a picture. It's going around most of the media platforms. A 7-year-old boy held his own little private funeral, his own little personal funeral for Chadwick Boseman, the Black Panther, with all his little action figures. It teared me up. It really did. I'm going to put the link down below the story. His father took a picture of this little funeral that this 7-year-old boy was holding for Chadwick Boseman, and you've got to read this. You got to see the picture. It's a good story. It's sad, but it's a story I need to hear today. It's a heartwarming, sad story, but it touched me. I'll put the link down below. You guys got to see the picture. I'll probably post the picture on my community page. Just, you got to see this picture. His little action figures lined up in front of the garage door, and the little 7-year-old boy doing the Black Panther pose. It's a beautiful picture. All right, you guys have a good Tuesday. I'll be back with another video. Take care.